Well, folks, I'm back. My name is Timmy. You're watching Beta Investments. Today, my patron Daniel, all the way in Manchester. You know what we're doing today? We're going back. You know what we're going back to? My patron has accepted the 10 Shockland challenge. The rules are simple. We're going to open both both return to Ravnica boxes, also known as Guild and Allegiance, which is the third visiting of Ravnica. And in this video, we are going to try to get all 10 Shocklands, or a total of 10 Shocklands. Now, if the patron gets 10 Shocklands, they will get a bonus at the end of the video. If they get 0 Shocklands, they will also get a bonus in the video at the end of the video. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax as we return to Rudy's pre-2020 era of the Shockland Challenge, when opening normal booster boxes was apparently fun. And you were supposed to draft them, and we actually did different things. We just churned and burned Ravnica, and we had a lot of fun. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching this video in 2025, because that's when I'm filming it. Now, in 2025, the world is a very, very different place. Where's the pack order? Okay, uncommons. Pack 1! Garden of Rudy's Left Temple. This is where I store all of my right nuts. Excellent. Excellent start. Pack 1, all the way in the corner. We have our first Shockland. Okay, well, that's, Daniel, if you pull this off, man, that would be something magical, let me tell you. If you pulled it off, that would be something magical. Pack 2, gruesome. Absolutely nothing. You know, I did this type of video probably at least 20, 30 times years ago. And we had so much fun doing it. Beautiful, beautiful Soul of the Accord. And this was still an era. Remember, folks, let me just refresh you guys' memory. This was still an era where foil cards had a good multiplier. Getting foils, runaway, actually not a bad little rare. Getting foil mythics pre-2020, pre-flashy era, these were still deemed really, whoa, like a big hit. Ritual. So understand that. Like nowadays, foil cards and all the variants, everything, or special lands, all that stuff's destroyed. Nobody collects that kind of stuff. It's all over with, risk factor. If it's not a high-end variant, serialized card, or hidden subset special guest, you know, any form of lands, different, it's all done. Oh, research. And that's 2025. That's why, unsets are, I don't know if we'll ever even see another unset. Because I don't know how they would be able to design it, And our first foil of the box, like I said, 6, 7 packs in, a foil common. That is our first foil in the entire video here. And we're a quarter of the way through box 1. That gives you guys an idea of how much, it was a different era, everybody. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. I don't think we ever return to that. I do think Wizards, Rudy the Elephant, and our first foil uncommon. And now I know we open collector packs, and there's just a million foils everywhere, and nobody even cares. A lot of cards on eBay and TCG Player, the foils are cheaper than the regular cards. Yeah. Look at that. With a foil common. Look at that pack, everybody. The old Ral. Oops, sorry. Our first mythic of the actual box. We got the old Ral there. And again, that's when Planeswalker, even pulling a Planeswalker pre-2020 was still considered a big deal. Duplicate. That's Planeswalkers aren't really that chatted about anymore. Legion War Boss, great rare from the old Goblin area. I remember that. That was a big deal back in the day. And that's why, in my opinion, a lot of things I did speculate on these older stuff. Vraska, coming in hot. Planeswalker Mythic number 2. I speculated on War of the Spark and Allegiance and Guild and Dominaria and all these old sets. I thought they were very special sets. I enjoyed them and everything. The problem is, well, I was wrong. I know everybody just talks about the things in the collector boxes and the Pokemon, other things about Rudy and the history here, but Cyclops, there's a lot of other things I did speculate on that I didn't get right. And if you go back to the pre-2020 era, Doom Whisper, nice. That was actually a really cool mythic back in the day, everybody. Mythic number 3. If you go back in time, and if you had to sit down with me and we discussed this stuff before 2020, I would tell you the same thing. Pelt Collector, that was a great one-drop rare, by the way. Oh, God. I saw the foil rare. I thought we had a foil Shockland at first. That would have been really nice. Because you remember, again, you're supposed to get 1 to 2 foil rares in like a foil mythic's only like once every couple boxes. So again, getting foils back in the day was that was like the lottery chase. That was the special thing. You know, those were the lottery cards. Like getting that kind of thing was deemed a really big moment, you know? So that's a different time. There we go. And a shade. Shade common. Daniel, Tomb. We got Temple and Tomb. We are at 2 Shocklands. We are halfway through box 1. We are on track so far. We're actually doing okay. If we can get a third one here in the next few packs, we're actually in pretty good shape. Mission briefing. We're actually in pretty good shape here. But that's, you know, going back to pre-2020, you know, I would have never foreseen. There was no evidence or discussion or data I could have used to predict where 2025 Magic the Gathering would be. Because the data, it just didn't exist. It was unknown territory. We went in directions and things happened that had never happened before. You got the Knight of Autumn. That there was no way to even calculate or foresee was even going to happen in the future. You know? And that's why, you know, like, so this is an example here. You know, I mean, this product here, Niv Mizzou, I mean, I can't even say this. This product, hold on, what years? This is 2019. Folks, this is a 6-year-old product. And guess what? I was selling this to patrons back in the day for 80 bucks. And guess what? Today, these boxes are maybe 120. What have they gone up? 3-4% a year? Dawn of Hope, beautiful art. I mean, they have not performed. I mean, it hasn't been terrible. It's not like they've collapsed or lost money. But again, they didn't perform. They haven't done well. On every general metric, it just didn't work out. And I have heavy bags in it, and I sold this stuff, and sometimes, unfortunately, we are wrong. And this is one of those times I look back, and man, I never would have predicted how wrong I would have been on these products. Now, I don't know. Golly. Chromatic Lantern. Tell me in the comments below if you remember how many times they've reprinted this card. And tell me below if you remember how expensive and how big of a deal this card was when it came out. Can somebody tell me? Tell me you were around in Magic for a long time and you remember some of that stuff. Spider. By the way, we're not looking good now, Daniel. We're down to 5 packs. We only have 2 Shocklands in box 1. We are not exactly booming right now. Oh, come on, already. I was like, maybe we get lucky. Get a Shockland with a foil Shockland, and we kind of jump back up, but it is not looking good right now. We are now looking at the beautiful, beautiful young ladies in the Discordant for Mythic number 4. But as we wrap up box 1 out of 2, I am not seeing it. Hey, look at that. We got a foil dragon. That's actually pretty good uncommon. And the world famous Assassin's Trophy. At the time, I believe the most expensive rare in the set. I'll put you up there in the happy area. Unfortunately, in this box, we are looking at an average box of only 2 Shocklands. Hey, boom! There we go. 3 Shocklands. Watery Grave has joined the video with our Tomb and Temple. So we are at 3 Shocks as we end. Citywide. So box 1, ladies and gentlemen. 4 Mythics. Assassin's Trophy. 3 Shockies out of 5. We did not even get halfway to 5. So the odds right now, Daniel, are extremely low and unfavorable because you're going to have to hit all 5 Shocks. And I have seen boxes with 6. You'd have to get all 5 Shocklands, and you would literally also have to get a foil Shockland to get 7 Shocklands because we only had 3 in the first box. So without further ado, the beautiful blue packs of Ravnica Allegiance as we move forward. Oh my God. Pack 1. Pack 1 smothering. Really? Pack 1, best rare in the set. Assassin's Trophy in Allegiance, Pack 1, smothering. Wow, if that's not luck. Maybe we're going to have some killer luck in box 2. Priest, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful priest there. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll pull off a miracle here. That's a pretty good luck. It's a great way to start the video. Rampage. So this is kind of a bittersweet video. I like to do one of these like once a year. We got beautiful Miss Tessa there. Foil uncommon. Isn't that amazing how rare and special it is to get a foil card in Magic? Back in the day, getting foil cards was such a special thing in Magic. There was captive audience. Couple dollar Mythic. Mythic number 1. You know, Wizards used to have so many little hidden pockets that were special with Magic and special with pools and special with foils. They used to have all these little special hidden, I call them kind of almost Easter eggs and fun things. Spellbreaker, nice little rare. And it's funny how all this time went by. And it's I almost want to say, some people say they tapped into a lot of these little special things and they milked them dry. And that's, you know, there is a very valid case for that. But, all right, well, there we go. Mythic number 2, we got the old Dovin. Let me straighten my piles real quick. But it's just interesting how we had this era in the past where even getting a full art land was like a special moment in Zendikar, where only one in every so many packs you would get a full art basic land instead of a regular art basic land. And that was like a special thing. And like a foil full art basic land in Zendikar was like $5, $10. And even a full art regular land would be like $1 a piece. There were all these little pockets of additional opportunity for stores and single sellers and people. By the way, great uncommon. That used to be a really expensive uncommon. And, well, foil rare. It is not a shock. We got a foil rare Cindervines. That is not good probability for our Shockland journey here today, everybody. That is definitely not what we want to see. And, yeah, we are, for the record right now, Daniel, we're at 0 Shocklands in box 2. Plaza, really? Sky Tether. So, yeah, we're at 0. I'm not exactly very excited about that right now. So, anyways, it's just, I don't mean to, well, there's our second rare. We had 2 foil rares in box 2. Precognitive perception. Not exactly what we were hoping for. Yikes. All right, well, box 2 on our Shockland journey is about to be no bueno. It's about to be a straight up negative Nancy. That's going to be a straight 0 pretty soon here. We are losing our probability. Our odds are dropping by the second here with the amount of packs we have left. And really perception again and a foil common. Dang. Dang, man. Allegiance is not being friendly to us now. Started off pack 1. I thought we had the greatest luck ever. Old ways, really? It's like, man, are you trying to avoid all the Shocklands now? We're not getting anything. But yeah, even with Shocklands used to be, you know, $15, $20, then $10 to $15. I think Shocklands from this set now are actually like $5 to $10. I think they're really bad. Shockland number 1, box 2, Hallowed Fountain. Here we go. Total of 4 Shocklands in the video so far. You know, with all the remastered sets. And then, of course, we went through the era with all the actual modern masters, iconic masters, ultimate masters, double masters, iconic masters. Oh my god, I don't know how many masters. Double masters, commander masters. Beautiful. I always love the art on this. These are the scales. Beautiful art on that mythic, by the way. You know, so then we just, you know, Magic and Wizards essentially destroyed and annihilated the secondary market for, you know, most modern staples. Hydroid, Krasis, Jellyfish, Hydra, Rudy, Beast. This used to be the $20 to $40 most expensive mythic in the set. As with everything in Magic the Gathering, in single cards of a lot of these things, it has been completely annihilated as it rotated out of standard. And of course, the markets change and the attitude of the public changes. Completely obliterated. If we had pulled that card at release, that would have been literally almost half the box's value, and that would have been a really big moment, everybody. And instead, well, this is, again, I hate to say it again, but this is 2025. Oh, God, we are not doing good at all. Oh, my goodness. 2/3 of the way through box 2. What is this shenanigans? Growth Chamber. I remember Rudy the Crab. I remember that card, but oh, my gosh. Absolutely brutal, everybody. Just not exactly what we wanted to see. Awaken. Well, 8 packs. Well, all right, whatever. I guess as we close out this video, I guess this is a great memory of, oh, Hellkite. It's a nice little mythic. Well, used to be a nice mythic. I'd like to remind everybody, important life lessons of this video, and about no matter how confident you are in collecting and investing in anything in life, real estate, crypto, a stock, collectibles, magic, Pokemon, this video is an important reminder that no matter how confident you are in something, when you go back to it 5, 6 years later, there's always a chance that you can be very, very wrong. And this is a very important moment because I bet heavy on this thing, Druid. I was a huge fan of this set. And I can't believe in 2025, these boxes are what, $125 for a box? I mean, it is what it is. It just is what it is. I was majorly wrong. God, wait, really? Oh my God, is this really a one Shockland box? Oh God, painful, everybody. And Electrodominant, that was a good card. But it's a life lesson. And that's why I always talk to you guys about leverage and collecting and investing and everything, because there are times that no matter how confident you are, oh, that was the rare, the split card. You know, the markets can do things that we can't really kind of understand. Because until things happen, or new inventions and technology or eras, oh my God, that's it. Oh, Daniel, box 2. I mean, we got the jellyfish. We got one flipping Shockland. So you ended this video with 4 Shocklands, Daniel. Didn't even get 5. So I'm going to call it below average. But, like I said, the important learning lesson, everybody, is I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A nice throwback of a video and a topic from 6 years ago. And it's important to remember that no matter how much you analyze a box of cards, a set, a Magic, a Pokemon, or any new card game, there is truly no clear guarantee in life. I always use the G word, that's why. Because even things that seem obvious, even things that feel guaranteed, even things that we are overly confident, you know is going to go up, or you know this, there's always a certain degree of risk that it's very difficult to understand until it happens. So, thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a beautiful day out there. Life is short. Spend it learning. Spend it around good people. Make sure you're facing the right direction and you got good people around you. Have a beautiful day.